World Card Game Federation here with a rematch of sorts. Seth's going to go ahead and switch masteries just to check performance on this one because we've been doing a little bit of doing with that. There's not as many cards to synergize with the Ruthless effect, but it's mostly just about duplicating certain attacks. Seth wins the Pop-O-Matic roll. He gets to go first. He's going to go ahead and, if I remember correctly, he's going to go ahead and skip his first turn. He's going to pass and rejuvenate. It looks like he leaves a mule kick out, which is interesting because if he's going to leave something out to banish for a when entering effect with Ruthless, it is a little bit of a question of why he leaves that particular one on the top for the banishing portion. Because for me, I'd probably want to target it, but Seth will probably synergize that differently. Don't mind us for having a silly Team 4-star moment. We make little jokes about that. And then Seth's going to end his turn. It's going to go back over to me. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of time here on lining up some dice, just a quick reminder, folks who are watching our particular match. The build that I have here for Orange Adept Vegeta, its focus here is going to be on beatdown/MPVV. If I was to give them, say, a rating out of 5, I would probably give it probably solid 3.5s or 4s on both categories. It's decent on both, but not necessarily the strongest on each. It performs consistently fairly well, minus bad hands and bad plays. Okay, I do clear combat on my first turn, and Seth's going to go ahead and banish Mule Kick for the effect for Ruthless for one entry. His attacks are +2. Nothing to sneeze at. Seldom does he do the damage, but he wants the hit effect. Okay, for whatever reason, I apparently pass on my first action. I don't know what I was thinking. No, and I take the hit that he hits me back with. It's one of those very small attacks from, I want to say, set 7. I use Vegeta's physical. It is he takes the hit and then spends the rest of the stages needed to throw a right cross. He's going to go ahead and level off that one, as you know, because he does double all of his anger-raising effects in the Trunks level 1. It does hit me, if I remember correctly. I'm well into F even at this stage on the level 1. Don't mind us doing a little bit of damage calculation. I shouldn't spend enough time on level 1 for any kind of damage to mount up in the slightest. However, that hit effect on style...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it gains hit, right?
Yeah, it's going to go ahead and hit lower my anger, and I'm going to take a minor amount of damage from that particular hit. That's another fun cards fell out of my deck. That's not great.
And Orange Counterpunch. It says search my discard pile for style.
Yeah, Counterpunch is fun. So I assume Counterpunch is going to go off. We're not going to worry about the reju, but I should be able to go ahead and sync it up with the Mastery, doing a small amount of damage on this stun, because I am still, I'm an A, of course. But look at that. He's going to go ahead and de-level himself during this one, which is actually a fantastic tactic because you can just basically pump up your anger gain so much with the level 1, and it's a continuous and all. It's actually a fantastic strategy from Seth over there, doing a little bit of level hopping with that.
Yeah, you like everything had a 2+ endurance?
That's odd. I used that hit and didn't pull. I pulled it off, but no, he stopped it. Pardon me. And then it's going to go back to me. I'm going to raise my anger automatically. I want to say that's elbow strike or elbow rush. It's kind of funny. So I'm going to calculate some damage. If it's successful, I'm going to go ahead and handle the search effect on that one. Now, it doesn't add the anger to it when we search out Disaster Drill, which is actually kind of an important rule. Used to, for some reason, way early on, used to play it as if that card would do that. Now, this is a bit of a double search for the drills in this one. I guess it's kind of a dummy thick searching for drills. So I'm going to get these two guys. So they're going to be out, and it's going to go ahead and add a hit effect to it. And that's pretty fun. Okay, he's going to go ahead and pass again. It's going to go back to me. I'm going to throw an Orange Lasso. I'm going to let him draw a card. I am going to draw a card. I'm going to raise my anger on that one, and there is a hit effect on that one, so it will trigger the other drill that adds extra anger on the hit effect. So very likely I'm going to be able to hit Seth back here and do a minor amount of damage. I want to say it's 9 power stages with everything that's out there. Wow, look at that. Son of that poor Seth, he took a walloping. And now my attacks are +1 stage for the remainder of combat, and I really should have made sure to raise my anger on that hit. I believe I did, because of the hit effect of that stuff. Ooh, he's going to throw a tandem physical attack. I don't think it's going to do too very much, but I think it is going to go ahead and land.
Yeah. Well, we have a mastery buff, right? So we're at we're in the same brackets. Base of 1, so we're up 4, 5, 6. Okay.
So it's going to hit me for 6 power stages, and then of course has the hit rate lower my anger 1 on that one, so that's pretty impressive. I don't remember tandem banishes itself after use.
Was it 6?
And I managed to avoid getting critted on that one with 6. Ooh, look at that one. I am going to go ahead and throw out... Wow. I forgot the name of this card all of a sudden. But it's the one that is the 2 anger, 5 flat stager that lets me be able to hold on to all of my drills on my action. So I'm going to go ahead and be level 2 with 1 anger because of this one. And that's pretty awesome.
3? Sorry, 10 power stages because I got a buff out.
Yeah, we had to work in the +1 from Lasso, so it ends up being a 10 power stager. Though I probably should have reevaluated because that might not have been the full damage considering I blasted back up to F. Now, I need to make sure that I use the Vegeta physical, and if memory serves, I am going to use the drill that adds the anger onto the hit.
Yeah, you had a shit ton of damage.
Thank you. Last time I saw you, you were way more Angelo. Now you're looking a lot better.
Even I threw 17 physical.
Hey, I'm going to throw my Vegeta level 1 physical. It has the immediate effect of raising my anger, and then I sure as heck I hope I remember to use my hit effect.
It says I can put 2 cards of anger in the deck into my and then it also says whenever I use a hit effect.
There we go. Good stuff. So I'm not really keeping pace with Seth, like in terms of how much progress I should have made. I'm not. But really, like I said, if you were to go ahead and weigh it out, does this deck keep up with the highest level MPV deck? No, it does not. But it does tend to smack them back and tend to be able to hold its own in combat and deliver some consistent stage damage. So it was a long way from being as sharp as it could be, because I would think of how long ago this was. This version of this deck technically no longer exists. So many changes have happened to it since. Mostly because I think this deck got its MP shuffle way too many times, and it wasn't really specific to any MP stack. Because it's probably been attached to 4 different MPs in the last 4 months. Okay, that combat does end. It goes back over to Seth. Seth passes. He puts away and rejuvenates a Furious Lunge. Well, no, he changes his mind. He ends up putting back the, I forgot the name of that, Concentrated Blast? I can't think of it. The one that raises anger, banishes the drill. It's really good stuff. I wouldn't have passed on it. I would have said, give me that stuff. Oh, he leveled back up at the end of that combat, so he's back up to level 2 anger, which ain't too bad. I don't think Seth remembered to passively rate. No. This isn't an Ascension. Shut my mouth. I guess we had these matches blurring together even weeks later. I'm not confident enough. I'm going to pass, rejuve. And that's interesting. I think looking back on it, I probably would have went on it. Oh, wow. So Seth is going to go put out a Red Destiny. He's going to pass and rejuvenate. It's going to go back over to me. Yeah, look at that. Even in the match on the day of, I even blended those masteries together. I was asking him, did he grab his anger from Red Ascension when he's not using Red Ascension. Oh, apparently I'm confident enough to go in, so let's see what happens. I have no one entering, so he's going to go and banish one of the red Furious Lunges from the top of the discard pile. Excellent choice of card for use like this one. And then let's see what we got going on right here. Yeah, I'm throwing my level 1 physical. Wow, he ends up stopping it. I don't get to use the hit effect, or else I would have leveled right there and I could have almost kept pace with him. If you ever want to see the clutchest move where I biffed it, that would be the one right there. That one had to connect. He's going to go and use his Trunks effect, and he's looking for a sword name card, I guess, to rejuve or put in his hand. I forget what level 2 actually does. Seth doesn't spend enough time on level 2 for me to remember what it does. I know it's a physical block. He is going to activate a Red Destiny. He's going to raise his anger 2. Got a modifier -2/-2 on damage. Nothing too crazy. Or nothing to sneeze at, excuse me. That's going to soften the blow of a lot of stuff. That was his action. It goes back over to me. So I am going to go ahead and level, and I'm going to finally reach level 3, which is neat. I'm going to choose to rejuvenate my hit raise anger drill, which I can't remember the name of just now. I do use this one. I don't get the effect because I stupidly forgot to actually play a card from my hand first, so no, I don't get extensions effect, which is, silly. But I get that when you reach the stage effect off of level 3 Vegeta, which is neat. I got those shuffled in. Got my 2 anger targets. No, I don't, but it does boost up the damage on this one for being this level and from the mastery, of course, so it's not a total waste. I took relatively little damage in this whole affair. You look at my tiny discard pile, tiny banish zone. But Seth is, like we said, poised to, he just simply take the hit and laughs it off. And on the hit, I do activate the mastery, and I pull back out Disaster Drill, so that was neat. It isn't entirely wasted. It would have been a double search. That would have been neat. So on level 3 with 0 anger, he's level 2 with 4 anger, and if I know Seth, he's going to double strike this son of a biscuit up. There we go. And he's going to hit me with it, and then if I remember correctly, he's going to immediately use it again. So that's fun.
But it's +2 and lowers my anger, so you need 2 powers. So +2.
And now I have to rope a dope, even with the minor effects on this one. He couldn't do much damage to me. It's going to do basically the just the plus stages on it, no AT on that. But son of a gun, and he throws a second shot and a double strike, and I basically just have to wait it out. This probably is mistake 2 of mine, where I can't bother trying to raise any anger because all he's going to do is just keep double striking, and with the mastery's effect of knocking down my anger, there'd be no point. It'd be gone too fast. So that's interesting. He's not really doing boatloads of damage or anything. He'll just get gnarly destroyed out there. That's fun.
Oh, look at this guy go.
Okay, he did reveal a card for the mastery. He's going to go ahead and use double strike a second time. So in my face. We might be getting closer to being in the same stages, which isn't a bad thing.
5, 6, 7.
You have the Selena Gomez power.
Yeah, take my damage, around to some minor levels of endurance. That's enough to be able to keep myself from getting hit too much, but I guess I'm not really worried about being critted at this point. Okay, and as that still has at least one more shot and a double strike to go, so there's no reason for me to try to do any kind of angering up. Correcting the discard pile and making sure the endurance is properly counted, which is very silly.
I'm going to use my Vegeta card. Search my discard pile for an attack card with the anger in the title, place in the stand or in the attack box.
Alright, I got Elbow Rush back using my level 3 power, ability to target zones. It's very similar to old Draku's power.
Banish 2.
Oh no! So he's going to go ahead and banish 2 cards from my discard pile with Pulverize. I do stop the effect of Pulverize with, I forgot what this card is. Flinch? Resistance? I can't remember. Basically, it makes my AT4 for the remainder of combat. So it does raise my anger 1 and 2, 1 for Disaster Drill, 1 from it. He is going to go ahead and stop it. I forgot with what effect that actually was. It makes me mill a card because I would have lost a power stage, but since I was at 0, it ended up coming out my rear end.
Here we go.
He is back over that second shot of red double strike. And he's got decent AT. This one's going to hurt. I bet I'm going to get crit, and he's going to get the anger. Yeah, look at that. Real light endurance there, Fetty. So I got crit and got the hit effect from the mastery. So I lost both of them, and I believe...
but also the mastery
ow. That was significant. That was swinging me. That was a rough city, man. I wonder, I haven't paid attention to Seth's anger. Is he really level 3 with 4 anger?
For 8.
Getting the 8-stage physical for level 3, Trunks' effect. Significant hit. Wow, generous crit on the damage there. Yeah, that was pretty rough. I got knocked to 0, whatever little bit I was trying to do to capture him. And apparently I just passed and just fled the scene.
It wasn't the best idea I ever had.
Oh, I went in on that fiasco. What was I thinking? Okay, I think he's trying. He's resolving Pulverize to pull up the red double strike to the top of the deck, which ain't a bad idea.
I mean, stuff that's interesting to play.
I got a fucking playmat. But the bad thing is, like me, I only have this playmat to teach people. It's
So waiting for us to resolve that one. Yeah, having crucial missteps. This deck, I used to think of it as kind of an easy button deck. It didn't require a great deal of planning. It isn't like Android 20 or anything. But I'm going to say it requires a bit more than I've been doing. Seth's going to go ahead and begin his turn. We already know one of the cards he's drawn.
Hey, no wrong with doing all the right steps. Well, this is interesting.
And Seth is going to go ahead and hold on to double strike. He's going to go ahead and most likely pass or rejuvenate me. I'd have went into combat. I'd have went in, immediately masteried, thrown double strike out there, and had a gay old time tossing that, at my opponent until I was blue in the face. One double strike in hand, double strike for duplicating. I'd have done it. Okay, it goes back over to me. Power up 4 power stages, nothing to write home about. I don't know what I'm checking for. I guess targets for Vegeta's level 3 power. And I doubt I'm going to go in on it because think about it. Look at what's going on out here. I have some minor stuff to go in on, I think. Show my buddy John who's over there.
Yeah. See, this.
Oh, Ryan? I'm not sure who's standing over there, actually. John doesn't wear shirts.
I think I'm going to throw this match and just run at you. No. You don't have anything in play. I can't do that. Oh.
I had a card in my hand. I think it's Inspection, Orange Inspection. The one that lets you blow up your opponent's setup or drill, I think, and draw a card. If he had any, it would have been wonderful. I could have basically eaten one of his cards to draw a card. I think it's neat when you're trying to stay super aggressive tilt. I think it's neat considering I run so little board control. Looks like I am going to pass. I'm probably going to rejuvenate a card, and that is over. Yeah, that combat before last combat really evened things up deck-wise. Okay, and I didn't hold on to the right card because now he's got out Relaxation. And no, Relaxation would have gotten used either way, so no, I couldn't have ever targeted it. He would have burned it just to keep me from blowing it up. Okay, it's his turn. He rejuvenates, goes back over to me. I think I drew a non-combat. I could have swore I saw something vertical in there, like a drill.
Look at this. All the printed proof.
Don't mind us. We were just... I was doing a little bit of delivery of lots and lots of cards. It's funny. There was a lot of freestyle cards that find their way into lots and lots of decks, and we ended up running low. And I still can't believe the secondary market for a game is out of print as long as ours has been. Like how overpriced still for some staple rares, uncommon rares from the first 7 sets. Just silly. Okay, I powered up. I presume I'm going to go after him. He is. He's going to activate Red Relaxation. He's going to grab the bottom card of his discard pile. He's going to hurl a crit in my direction, completely ineffectual, as I have no anger to target. And let's see what it is I try to do to him. I'm going to open up with a confrontation. Neat. He has a fantastic... No, what are you doing? It was the energy that does the drill. It banishes the drill. Because I need my drill to make a modicum of effort to try to keep up with him.
Don't really care what you do. That's going to be the one that's let you aim out his hand.
Yeah, that was real dumb. Real dumb. No, I should have been dealing with his 2 anger swings instead of it, because he's probably very next move, very next action, Seth is going to go ahead and blast my drill away. Come on. Well, he's got the stages to do it. It'd be the wisest move to make. Come on. Come on. Do it. There it is. Beautiful. There goes my drill. See what I was telling you guys? Like, see that? That's where, like, good job. And he ended up, he could only gain 1 anger enough to slip into this level no matter what he threw at me. It wasn't as dangerous as it appeared. So I was real dumb. Took a decent amount of damage. All right. And then it looks like I have a chance to respond. I'm going to throw a second confrontation at him. See, it didn't even matter. Why did I do it in the order that I did it? That shuffles back in.
Oh, yeah, it's not started.
When you fight villains for a long time, you start to think everything's started out.
Get some games recorded, so I brought my tripod otherwise all my streaming stuff, so I'm hooked up to my computer.
Wow.
You don't call that area the lab yet? You know, like all your script.
Because it's a little fucking weird. It's like my favorite pod.
So, lo and behold, we're resolving a little bit of that with the shuffling in from the confrontation, waiting for Seth to respond. He is level 4. He's got lots of tools in hand. He's got basically the right cross, duplicating, abilities, and then the 2 anger that's on here, so there's no reason he shouldn't take this right here. But let's see. He's even got a move that makes me skip. How do you like them apples?
So I couldn't even do like, you know, like I was watching one of your streams and you had like a little camera thing. Just like,
Yeah, he's going to throw energy at me. I don't think it's very big as far as damage goes, but that's not the point. I think it's the one that makes him skip. Now, I don't remember if the skip is the immediate effect or the hit effect on that one. I want to say it's the immediate effect and the anger raise is the hit effect on that one. And that forces me to skip, and then it goes back to him. And I would presume he would throw it like me. If I was doing this one, I probably I would have mastered and just
Play orange counterpunch. So search for
it looks like he had to skip. No, through his physics. Throwing counter punch, going to target my initial card, an attack card for Reju. And then my level 3, realistically, I should be an F at minimum here, so I should be able to hit him pretty decently well. I want to say that would make the base at least 2, where he's at power stage wise, possibly 3.
That's base is 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 power stages.
Hey, it does connect. Oh, no. He's going to go ahead and stop it. Oh, my gosh. Well, phooey on me, man. I'll lose a power stage from that one. Oh, man. I used my Vegeta power because he has to pass. So he must already use his level 4 power to get where he's at, anger-wise. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and grab the energy that lowers his anger 2 levels and raises my anger 2 levels. Nice. That's going to go real nice. I get to go ahead and lower his anger 2 levels, very mildly inconveniencing him. And then he takes a small amount of damage from this one, wicking it all off. He probably should have banished that card, that block. I don't know why I didn't search for that disaster drill on that last hit effect. So we're going to calculate a little bit of damage. It should be like a decent hit, or at least even groundish. Yeah, so we were in the same bracket, though, you know, kind of wild that it was. So I get to target my discard pile and pull a drill out. I guess I probably sabotaged myself pretty hard. Very likely I pull all the disaster drills out. So I'm going to grab one of my drills. I don't remember exactly which one. I think it's one that adds the hit effect anger. It's like it wasn't in my discard pile. It should have been in my deck, and I didn't use my mastery for why. Okay, that combat ends, and it goes back over to Seth. Seth's going to go ahead and pull some cards out. There's really not a lot of reason to run into this combat in PvP real quick. Because he does have to skip 2 turns with his level 4, but that's seldom a limitation.
I'll declare.
Okay, he banishes the top card of his discard pile. He's got the hit lower anger with the damage buff going on already. Let's see, he's probably going to open up with something that should force me to skip. I want to say... Oh, Trunks Bash. It is not a skip. It banishes the drill immediately. Fantastic tech for wiping the board. He doesn't have an AT advantage at this point, so it should be actually pretty even. So it does let him raise his anger 1, and I don't remember if it has any kind of hit effect or anything.
So basically 0, but still you got your buff on this. Well, no, it's only for styles. Oh, right, we were doing regionals and all those tournaments here? So, just 3 still.
So it hits me for 3 power stages. Does that gain the benefit of the mastery?
By that time, they were like version 2.
He goes back over to me. I just doubt I have anything, so I'm going to... Wow. I'm going to charge kick to level. So the only reason that even worked is because that one was, and then I think I have it when I reach this level effect on this one, so that's kind of neat though. I got all the way to level 4. Good times. And he hits the level 4, or excuse me, the 5 anger on his 4 with a blocking hand in dramatic fashion. The game she is over, and he is won again.